Hi people, sorry if the light is not so good, but I just finished this one. It's very dark outside, it's night, but I had to make this review before, just when I finish it because it's an amazing read. It's One for My Enemy by Olivie, and I have to say that I love how this author creates her worlds. I love how her head works. I mean, it's amazing how many things she managed to put into this book. We are going to have our main topic. It's going to be founding families. We are going to have the Antonova witches, and we are going to have the Fedorov brothers. The witches are descendants of Baba Yaga, are her daughters in fact, and the Fedorov are descendants of Koschei. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Koschei the Deathless. And I love that we have these founding families who have been always, antagonizing each other, fighting for power, for position, for constructing this kind of imperium. And I love that we have these two figureheads, Koschei and Baba Yaga, and that these two are the pillars from where everything sets down. I mean, they are the two who began this founding relationship, and so these their descendants are kind of obligated to follow into the steps of each family. So the Fedorov and the Antonovas are like rivals, and they fight each other. But we are going to have also the topic of star-crossed lovers. This book has also kind of Romeo and Juliet vibes, in which we are going to have two sisters who fell in love with two of the brothers, and it's going to be like very different loves. One of them began when the characters were very young, and they had to stop loving each other because they went from being like regular families to feuding families. So they had to choose their sides. Are you with me or are you with your family? And then we have the younger brother and sister who fall in love, and it's different because they are already on different sides of this battle, and they're like, we want to spend time together, we want to have today, even if tomorrow we are going to be enemies again. And also, I love that we have this supernatural topic. We have witches, and also we have all this Russian mythos and lore. We are going to have, as I say, Baba Yaga, Koschei, Rusalka. We are going to have different creatures from the Russian folklore, and I think that's why I said at the very beginning that I love how Olivia Blake's mind works, because who will have thought of putting all those things together and making it work so well as she does in this book. I love that we are going to find these, as I say, these two founding families who have different characters from these families falling in love, and I love all the reflections that come from that. And also, there's going to come a point in which we are going to be thinking about this inherited hatred, how it does affect all those who are, immersed in it, but they really hadn't had any choice. They had to be with their families. They couldn't say, I'm not sure it goes with me, I'm fulfilling the destiny that my parents choose for me, but this is what I want, this is who I want to be. And I love how this book makes you think about being your own persona and choosing for yourself, and finding that sometimes all this hatred and all this fight, it's going to bring horrible things and are going to destroy people, it's going to destroy families. And maybe it's time to take a stand, or maybe it's time to let it slide, or maybe it's time to everyone gets to kill each other. And what we are going to do, we are going to continue with this slide of hatred, or we're going to stop it. What's going to happen with this book? I mean, there's lots of things that I love it. I love that we are going to be having these amazing female characters who make you think about patriarchy and empowerment and saying no, and being able to reclaim your place. I love how it talks about being good looking and having power, and how sometimes people see beauty and they think either the beauty is like has a dark side full of power, or either it's beauty and therefore damp. So this person cannot be intelligent because she's very beautiful. And I love how we have characters who use this duality of I am beautiful, but I'm also something to be afraid of because I have a lot of power. And I love also the reflections about power, what it really means, and how it really affects the relationships between different characters. And it's a very strong book, and it's a book full of tragedy because, as I said, there are going to be characters who fall in love with each other, but it has a very Romeo and Juliet-esque kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, it's a very solid book. I have to say, although, that I did love the first part better than the second one, because the second one sometimes drags a bit, but I did love it. I mean, it's an amazing book, and it brings a lot of reflections about intergenerational trauma, about having to carry the sins of your parents, and being swept up in vendettas of old, and feeling like you are fatum or kind of destined to fulfill a role that's not the role that you all have chosen for yourself, or you have had a voice or the chance to say this is not who I want to be. And also it also makes you think about power, about how people abuse it or use it, and about if there comes a person in a family that can say it stops with me, or whether it's going to be something bigger. Or you have to read this one. I mean, if you like all those things that I say, Russian folklore, myths and lore, amazing female characters with a lot of power, feuding families, star-crossed lovers like Romeo and Juliet, powerful females who are not afraid to take their own space and to raise their own voices, witches, and this book, it's amazing. So pick this one up. Thank you for watching. Bye.